So Rich, you continue the winning streak in the League Cup. Just how good a feeling is that for you?
Yeah, amazing feeling today. I think you can hear it with the girls after the game. Obviously, it's a big stretch, a big tough test for us against a good team from the league above, and to put the performance on that we have today and to win in the way that we've won today, it's a great feeling for me personally. I've got a lot of respect for Cheltenham and for Tom. Learned a lot there, so to be able to get that performance today and get that win personally just means a lot.
And just looking ahead at the start of the game, went 1-0 down early on. How was that? How do you look on at that goal?
Yeah, I think we started a bit shaky. I'd say the first 10-15 minutes we were looking to turn them early, but it just meant that we were kind of whacking the ball and the ball was coming back at us, and we hadn't really established ourselves within the game. They started off well with a good overload in the wide area, good cross and finish, and you could think, could be a difficult day today, but moment of quality from Annie, and that completely changed the game, made them take a breath, made them think, they could hurt us. They stopped playing so well, and then we established ourselves in the game after that. And then I think tactically the girls started to do what we asked them to do, and I think our shape, worked. They really had just one thing in the end, which is use their pace and to try and load and go in direct, and we got lanes to narrow up a little bit, just to help out there with her pace. And we rode her luck a few times, but I think they thoroughly deserved it.
And looking at Libby Davis' second goal, it put us in the lead. You mentioned Danny there changing the game, and before we started talking, you mentioned Libby Davis finishing today. Just talk me through her goal, her second goal.
Yeah, so for me, the goal's there to be hit, but it is the conviction in which she does it. She steps onto that ball and she doesn't just try and pass it into the goal. She absolutely smashes it, and again for her, to do that. She's a player that I know from Cheltenham, and so she'd have thoroughly enjoyed that. And again, just like Annie's, two bit of quality from our forwards, and completely changes the game, changes the feel of the game, and allowed our players to settle a little bit more, and rocked them.
And it was against a game against tough opposition today, and Annie Compton got the third. Was that a bit of pressure relieved when that third goal hit the back of the net?
Yeah, I mean, even at 3-1 against a team like Cheltenham, if they get one of their chances at the end, or every time there's a corner, I'm constantly nervous about every game. I'm worried about every game, and I think that means I'm not complacent. Don't take anything for granted. There's no celebrating. We took our time with our substitutes. Fair play to the players who just really they're coming on at the end to just kind of slow the game down a little bit, and for us to see out the game, which is they've got to be humble to do that, and I appreciate them doing that. But it's all part of us working together as a team to win the game.
And you spoke on a personal level. That's a really enjoyable win for you. A few familiar faces in either camp. Just how much did you enjoy that win?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I say, Swindon really hasn't been good enough to kind of compete with them for a fair period of time, and so it's very satisfying for me to have had the support from the club and to be able to put ourselves in a situation whereby we have a team now that can compete with them, and it's a lovely feeling. Like for me, it's just a moment in my time at Swindon here where we haven't had that game against Cheltenham. I know it would come at some point, and to perform in the way that we did. It would have hurt a lot for me to lose today, I'll be honest, even though we've no right to. They're from a league above. So delighted that the girls have done that. It means a lot to me, speaking to the players, and I thanked them afterwards in the dressing room. I didn't put any of that pressure on them before the game. It wasn't mentioned before the game, but after the game, I just a few of them know how much that meant to me. So brilliant moment. But game done, and then we move on. We've obviously got FA Cup and important league games, but we can look forward to a draw on Monday for last 8. The last 8 in the Premier competition of cup competition with the National League. amazing for this group, and like anything from here is possible, but it's a complete bonus.
And aside from the personal connections in today's game, beating a tier 3 side, we beat Guardia earlier in the competition. How much did that please you?
Yeah, it is, but I'm under no illusions. We've got some good tier 3 players. You know, someone like King who's come from Oxford, you know, competing very close to, you know, to winning the league with Oxford. You know, Lacey the same. You know, you could go through a list of players. So, you know, we should be, but it's all very well saying you should. We've actually got to do it, and within this competition, we've had that opportunity, and we've shown that this group could compete in that league. The level of intensity required and togetherness required, they could do that. So it's pleasing, because that's the goal, and hopefully that will get us there in the end.
And back in front of the fans here at the Nigel Eady County Ground after a long run of games back home, how good was it to be back in front of those fans and deliver the win?
I thought the fans were amazing, and it was a good game of football. I think it was an exciting game of football for us to come back from 1-0 down and then to be ahead, but it was always competitive. Cheltenham had chances and opportunities and they didn't quite take them. I thought Croxley was great today. I thought Hannah was really, really good, really authoritative, made some, you know, fabulous saves, was composed at the right time. She looked like she is at the moment, which is a goalkeeper with real confidence and in real form. So she really pleased me. Backline, you know, had some real difficult moments. Their forwards are quick and aggressive, but yeah, great performance from the defensive side of the team, Coxey, and the fans seemed to lap that up. You know, it was exciting, not just for the wonderful goals that we scored, but the fact that we had to, you know, defend our goal valiantly, and the crowd seemed to get behind that, and you heard the crowd at the end. The support was amazing, and just say thank you to them for their support and the way in which they supported us today. It felt great.